Hello and welcome once again to the fabulous Tone Lounge here at Frugal Amps. And this demo today is going to be about this little guy here. This is a single channel version of the Fender AB763 circuit, which was present in so many of their amplifiers, but for this amp, the Deluxe Reverb would be the closest, because this is powered by two 6v6 power tubes. That's around a 20, 21, 22 watt amplifier configuration. This guy is going into a Weber F150 speaker. It has reverb. It has no tremolo or vibrato or whatever else you want to call it. It's sort of built as a to fit this into the Princeton chassis. I wanted to do away with features that don't get used so much, and so tremolo, vibrato, whatever went by the wayside. This does have an added additional feature, though. It has a few things that the Deluxe Reverb did not have, and that is it has a volume and a tone. It has rather than a tone or a two controlled tone stack, it has a full treble, middle, bass tone stack. I have modified the reverb so that it is less sensitive. It means basically, usually in a blackface Fender Deluxe, and a lot of the blackfaces, if you turn that reverb control much above about 2 or 3, it gets so overpowering that your usable range is pretty small. I have modified it to give it much more usable range, and I have also added what's called a depth control, and that allows you to dwell control. That allows you to tailor the length of the reverb effect after each note. It's hard to explain, but it works great, and it's a real handy thing. Now, the last thing I've done is added to the amp what I call a voicing control, and that allows the amplifier to reflect not just the blackface sounds or response, but also as you turn it up, you dial out the tone stack more and more and more, so you get some of the brown face and some of the tweed tones that came before it. So it has a lot of tonal options that the straight up Deluxe Reverb didn't have. I'll show you out back. Please wait while my assistant, which is me, I'm assisting myself today, goes to the back. Here's the back. That little white knob there, that's your dwell control. I have an external bias. I have the back covers off it now so you can see. It's, there's your it has a tube rectifier, your 6v6 power tubes, and your preamp tube array, and there is the Weber speaker, and there is the fabulous reverb tank. So that's pretty much the tour of the basic functions. Now, my assistant will assist me once again in getting this guy around, and I'm going to mount this camera on its little tripod so that I can play the amp Let's see. How's that? Pretty good? Zoom in a little bit. Okay. So, I'm also gonna, well, let's just go ahead with the demo, shall we? Excuse me, I'll walk in front of the camera. There we go. Okay, so this amplifier will be demoed with a very exclusive guitar. It's my shop Stratocaster here, and it is world renowned for the beautiful tones that it produces. It's been heavily modified with a higher output humbucker in there, and it's going to do the job for us. Okay, volume's at 5. Let's turn the reverb off. Tone controls pretty much straight up. Voicing control all the way back to stock blackface, clean tone, single coils. So when the voicing control is all the way down, this little guy right there, when that's down, that's the stock. That's the stock tones, and if we turn the reverb on, reverb's set at 4 now, and the dwell's right kind of in the middle. So, I mean, you can play the reverb up. I'm at 7 now. What will dwell do for us? Turn that down to about 6. Dwell will lengthen or curtail the lingering. Let's call it the lingering of the reverb. I have it. So that's pretty short, right? That's the dwell, and it's down position, you know, all the way turned down. Now we'll turn the dwell back up. You hear how much longer that so I'm the middle of the road sort of a dwell guy. But because I've tweaked the reverb circuit a bit to allow a much more variable range or useful range of the reverb control plus the dwell, I mean, you get whatever kind of reverb you want, you know. You can get a lot, the splashy surf, or you can get just the slightest hint. So if we go to humbuckers, so that's in stock. Turn reverb off, hear things better. That's the stock. That's a stock blackface sound when it's getting hit pretty hard in the front end with a high output humbucker. So if you, I'm going to turn the voicing halfway up, which which now has started to dial out the tone stack. Now the amount of gain and basically what it's doing is it's releasing the tone stack from weighing down the circuit, so you get a much more kind of, it frees up a bunch of gain basically. If you go all the way with it, I haven't adjusted the volume of the amp, but there's going to be a lot more gain. But you can still control it quite nicely with this thing on your guitar they put on there. It's called a volume control, and it with single coils, you know, it gets rocking as well. Turn the gain now. So that is this. That's this amp. What can I tell you? That's what it is, and it's got some of the things that I like to put in an amp because I built it basically. I didn't build it for any particular customer in particular. It is it's now in the world. It's available to buy, and thanks for watching, and thanks for putting up with my playing. I try, but you know, I build them, but I don't play them so well. So anyways, thanks.